I think the way that we sort of separate these concepts of pre-training and RL, somehow there's something new to discover there.
I'm curious kind of what you think, like, have we found the right AI architecture? Is this it? Like DNNs and stable diffusion and transformers? Or if we wait another 2 or 3 years, everything will shift again and we're going to have to learn completely new architectures?
I don't know how much it'll shift, but it'll shift somewhat. I hope it'll shift somewhat. I mean, it'd be crazy.
It'd be more interesting.
Yeah. I think there's still gigantic discoveries to be made. Like, I think, I mean, even if you look at the thing that was first called a transformer to what we use now, it's pretty different, but I bet we can go much, much further. I don't feel like we're like close to the end of the roadmap here.
So I wanted to start with sort of a high level question just to kind of set the tone. And so just in your mind, what would you say are the biggest open questions in AI for people to work on?
There's still so much. I mean, I think we've identified this one incredible thrust of deep learning, and we've seen how far that can go. But I think we're still in the very early innings. The way we do these systems gets so much better every year. I think that'll keep going for a long time. Data efficiency is still a huge problem. That's still one thing that humans can do very different than these systems. I think the way that we sort of separate these concepts of pre-training and RL, somehow there's something new to discover there. But I think we could go on for a long time about all the things we still don't know. Like, we have one piece of magic, which is this algorithm that can learn, and we keep finding new ways to do more impressive things with that. Like, it's only been 2.5 years since ChatGPT launched, and if you go back and use that original version, it's quite bad. So the rate of progress is still super steep, but the list of problems in front of us and the list of unknowns still just is huge. You know, what it's going to take to build a system that can go autonomously discover new science, which for me is very important to go build. Still a lot of work to do. In some sense, that you can tell a story of sort of like human civilization, which is what matters. The super intelligence that already exists is not any one genius's brain, but it's the scaffolding and the sort of technology tree and tool chain that we all create between us. So it's all of the accumulated knowledge, artifacts, tool chain that builds on each other over time. And like, no one person could go from digging stuff out of the ground to producing a computer. There's a lot of stuff that has to go into that, but collectively, society is able to do this crazy thing. And we make scientific discoveries, we can manipulate matter in new ways, we can do all these amazing things. And, you know, like, AI will just, in some deep sense, be another contributor to that scaffolding outside of anyone's neural network, human or artificial. And if the AI goes off and like discovers novel physics and then humans can use that to do new things, like, is that going to feel like the AI was the super intelligence? Is that going to feel like the scaffolding just got taller? I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to invent new languages that are going to be specifically designed for AI code generators? Or maybe the AI will generate these new languages for itself?
Yeah, I wonder about that. I suspect, well, I think things that are human compatible are super important. And the fact that, you know, the AI can write this, but humans can also easily read it and make some tweaks, very, very valuable. So I suspect that like human compatible programming languages or languages that are easy for humans to read will be important longer than is like optimal from a compute efficiency perspective.
I see. So the readability is kind of important. So
the editability, even more than the readability.
So if we fast forward 5, maybe 10, maybe even 20 years, do you think AI is going to be as hot as it is today? Or do you think at some point it's going to peak and some other area will take over? Of course, that's going to happen eventually. But how long is it going to take?
The world will be more dependent on it, but the world may be so used to it that we don't think about it in the same way. I remember what year did the App Store launch? Like 2008 or something. There were a couple of years right after that where everybody was talking about, you know, I'm going to be a mobile first, whatever.
Yep.
I'm a mobile company. I'm a mobile this. I'm this, but mobile. And then if you go back 10 years earlier towards the internet boom, I I've heard that everybody it was the .com boom. Everyone was .com. It was like the hot thing. And then there was a moment where each of those got an incredible amount of hype and focus, but pretty quickly after, you didn't talk about being an internet company anymore because every company that had an internet strategy, and only a few years after that App Store launched on the iPhone, no one talked about being a mobile company anymore, because it was just like, if you weren't, it didn't make sense. I hope that in 5 or 10 years, AI is like that. And no one talks about being an AI company anymore. We expect every product and service to be really smart. And I'm excited for that world. It might mean that AI has less hype than it does today, but it'll be way more powerful and way more integrated into our lives, and everything will be, using AI.